Good morning. Welcome to Daylight with Dean number 38 on May 18th, 2020. I have absolutely no idea why I'm laughing. I think in part because I'm amused that I've been waking up in the 5 o'clock hour, except for Saturday, of course. Been waking up in the 5 o'clock hour for over 5 weeks now. Longer than that, but uh, I'm just amused. And yesterday, when I was talking about the upcoming times from June 7th through June 20th, when we hit the longest days of the year, it's like my brain couldn't even say 5:48 a.m. So it just naturally said 6:48 a.m. Just like so amused. It is, did I say it already? Welcome to Daylight with Dean, number 38, I believe, on May 19th. Yes, I did say that. You can tell my coffee has not kicked in yet, even though my laughter has. So let's start where all good things start. And there's just something when that first sip of coffee in the morning hits your lips and then just makes its way down your throat. Wow. Wow. It is great to be with you this morning. I'm so grateful that you are taking time out of your day, your morning, afternoon, evening, or even nighttime to check in today. Yesterday was a very significant day. I would call it an epic day. Um, I I want to let you know that your prayers made a difference. Uh, if you remember, a day ago, I was sitting here dreading the notion of going to Grove City College to help my daughter unload her apartment because I went and helped her load her apartment and put it in. I knew all that was going to be involved. But my son Alex agreed, not willingly, but he agreed to go up and help Abby do this. So Alex and I sent him a text. I wish I had it to read to you because it's on my phone that I'm recording on. I sent him a text Sunday, and the text, or Saturday, the text said, Alex, Monday morning, we're going to leave the house at 7 a.m. We have to take a box springs and mattress up to camp. We have to mow and turn the water on at camp. And then we'll have to drive a half hour to Grove City to get there at noon to help Abby. And we'll be there from noon, her window's from noon to 5, and then we'll come home. And Saturday afternoon, he was taking a nap, and he woke up, and he's like, Dad, did I read something about 7 a.m. Monday morning? And I'm thinking, well, you're getting up at 6 every time anyways. What's 7 matter? You get sleep in a little bit more. I said, I'll drive. You can sleep the whole way up and back. He was not very happy about that notion. So Monday morning, I adjusted a couple things, and I realized that if we just got the mowing done, because it hadn't been mowed yet, and the grass was going to be really high, if we just got the mowing done, we'd be okay. So I figured if we left by 8, we'd be okay. Well, it was, I think, 9 o'clock by the time we pulled out of our house, which is okay. I agreed to buy him a new breakfast sandwich he wanted to try from Wendy's. And so we're heading across the Turnbridge Road and about to get on 28. And he looks at me and says, Dad, I've decided I'm going to have a good attitude about today. I've just decided. And I said, oh, good. I'm glad. He goes, have you noticed? I said, actually, I have. Yes. Yes, I have. Because I can't I can't change it. I have to go with you anyway, so I might as well have a good attitude about it. And I'm like doing the happy dance inside my spirit and inside my soul. I'm like, who is this kid, you know? But then I'm also thinking, we'll see how long this lasts. So we get up to camp, and the grass is so long, and I have a beast of a walk behind, a Lesco 36-inch commercial push mower that I use. Pushes me actually, and it's not quite safe. And so I said, okay, Alex, I told him this before we left, you're gonna weed whack, I'm gonna mow. And he goes, well, why don't you let me mow and you weed whack? And I said, no, I got it. He said, I'm gonna have to weed whack. And I said, yes. He said, okay. So we got up there, we're unloading stuff, and he came to me, he said, Dad, how about if I mow and you weed whack? And I was tempted to say yes. If it was a riding mower, I'd have said yes, because I like weed whacking just fine. And you know, I love to say yes to my kids whenever I'm able. And I looked down and said, Alex, no, the mower's not safe yet. It's the first mow of the year. Let's just stick with the plan. So then I looked at him. I said, now, Alex, well, I got the weed whacker going. I said, Alex, I need your best effort. I said, I don't need half-hearted effort. I need your best effort. The whole way around, everything that the mower can't reach, I need you to weed whack, and weed whack well. He goes, okay, I promise, I will. And so I'm mowing, he's weed whacking, it's a beautiful day. He stops me and says, okay, Dad, I think I got it. What do I miss? I said, walk around everything. If you see any grass sticking up next to the camper, trailer, if you see it next to the tree, if you see it next to the fire pit, if you see it, I said, look under the two picnic tables. See all that grass under there? All those weeds, those need whack. He said, okay. So he went and did that. And then I'm mowing, and I mow back behind, and there's this little angle I can't get in to get close enough to a piece I should have been able to mow, but it was real soupy and real wet there. And I'm like, I'm just gonna. So I mentioned that to him. He gladly weed whacked that, and the place looked spectacular. And so, but I noticed there were some places, so I put the mower on in neutral, walked around with him. I'm like, Alex, I said, look. I didn't even have to say, I said, just pull. Because the mower was still going, it was still loud. And so when we were all done, he did a great job. Well, true to form, like we left 2 hours later than we thought we would. Leslie and Abby were driving up to Grove City together, and they left about an hour and a half later than they wanted to. And what that did was it gave us another hour and a half. So I said, Alex, we're going to turn the water on at camp too. He's like, okay. So he's really expressed interest in learning how to do things now, mechanical. And so I had him doing everything, and I just kind of coached him on it. And we walked through it all. It took about 45 minutes to get all that done. And so then I just said to him when we were leaving camp, I said, at the end of October, beginning of November, when we close up camp, we do exactly the same thing with the water, but in reverse. He said, okay. And so we ordered lunch at the little Italian deli in downtown Emlenton. Got a calzone and a pizza and a hoagie because Leslie was starving, so we took lunch over for everybody for the half-hour drive, got over there, ate, and then we got to it. And it was a significant walk from her dorm to the parking lot. I'd say about 100 plus yards, 150 yards maybe, about 100 yards maybe. And trip after trip, we had a little dolly cart. We kept stacking stuff on it, and he and I went back and back and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Took us a couple hours, and we listened to an audio story called Adventures in Odyssey. Ever since our kids were little, we subscribed to Focus on the Family, their audio book. It's a kind of a kids adventure deal called Adventures in Odyssey. I guess the title kind of gave it away. And my kids, my adult kids, they still enjoy their Adventures in Odyssey, and we subscribe every year. So we have that for all of them to listen to. And we're driving on the way up. He's like, "Dad, can we listen to Adventures in Odyssey?" I said, "Sure." So he put on this 12 episode adventure, and we start listening to it, and it's fascinating. I was loving it. And I think we listened to about 6 episodes between up and over and back. And so we came home, slept the whole way home. We got home, and I was sitting in the room just relaxing, watching TV. And he came over and he sat down and he said, "You know, today was kind of fun." And I'm like, what'd you like about it? He goes, "Just being with you. Just being with you, just being together." And again, the amount of joy to hear this from my 20-year-old son. But I tell you that big, long story. I told you that story as though you were there with us, because I just want to say the only shift, there are 2 shifts, the only shift that took place in my son's life and his experience was, number 1, he chose to have a good attitude. He chose to enjoy it. He said, I'm gonna have a good attitude today. And secondly, he expressed gratitude at the end of it all. And a good attitude and gratitude goes along with a good attitude. Guys, they're game changers. You can't tell me that my 21-year-old son that does not have the gift of helps, does not like coming along, helping, he wants to do his own thing. You can't tell me that he had a good day yesterday for any other reason than he determined he was going to have a good attitude about it. He resolved that he was going to have a good attitude about what he had to do. He wasn't sure that he was going to enjoy it, but he controlled his attitude. He knew he was going to have a good attitude. And I know I just hit on this last week, so I'm just on my soapbox now. But you can't tell me that choosing to have a good attitude does not affect the quality of your life. You're like, "Well, you just live in the clouds. You just look for the good. Yes, guilty as charged." I was sent an image on Facebook the other week that just cracked me up. It said, "Someone called me pretty the other day." And he goes, "Well, not exactly. He said, you're pretty annoying, but I choose to look on the positive." And I tell you what, guys, life throws enough garbage at us. It throws enough garbage at you. It throws enough garbage at me. That if you choose to look for the positive and choose to focus on the positive, it is a game changer. My son will never forget yesterday, and it was a game-changing day that I will always be able to reference in his life and call out his best. He will always be able to reference and call out his best. The fact that he gave his best effort on the weed whacking and enjoyed his day, borders on miraculous. So I just want to encourage you. I have a friend that says, those who say they can and those they say they can't are both right. And I realized a version of that is true. Those who determine they're going to have a good day, a joy-filled day, a good attitude day, and those who determine they're not, they're both right. And so may you have a great day. May you recognize all that is coming your way that is designed by the evil one to destroy you, to bring you down, to discourage you, to make your heart heavy, to encourage you to get lost in your anxiety and lost in your fear. And I shared the other day where I had anxiety. And I shared it with a friend, and she said, I'll pray for you about that. And she did. And it was like the next day I realized, 2 days later, I realized I didn't have anxiety. I'm just saying, you can do this. May you have a great day. God bless you guys. Thanks for indulging me, allowing me to start this time off with laughter and a very long story and a point that I'm very, very, very passionate about. Have a great day, guys.